Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for signing up for this webinar. Welcome. This webinar is on introducing data redaction, an enabler to data security in EDB Postgres Advanced Server. My name is Violet Seah from EDB Marketing, and I'm joined by Amol Shu, Principal Software Engineer, who is our speaker today. Before we start, I have a few house rules for you. Next slide, please. This webinar is being recorded and all your lines are currently muted. If you have a question, please submit it in the Zoom Q&A box that you can see at the bottom of the screen. All questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. We will also be sharing the slides and recording with you after the webinar. So without further ado, over to you, Amo.
Yeah, thank you, Violet. Hello, everyone. So for today's data redaction talk, we will divide this in these subtopics where we quickly see why and what data redaction, what is the EDB data redaction, and how that can be used to limit the sensitivity data exposure in EPAS, and also for what is the Oracle compatibility provision in EPAS, and then after that we'll see the quick demo using that Oracle compatibility feature. If you want to see that other than this, using the native syntax, we have two concepts, native and Oracle compatibility. For the native, we have the block that's shared in at the end of this slide. So we will continue this. Let's see what and why data redaction. Okay, General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) needs some capability, needs some technical capability such as the authentication. The authentication is when you say that you are a user ABC, and then to confirm that you need to enter the password. So it's called authentication. Authorization, the authorization is next step where your access to login into that database, that application is checked. Later we have the access control, where currently in database we usually provide the grant access to access that table, the other database object using this access control methodology. Then we have the virtual database, where some column or some rows are hidden from the user to user. Currently EPAS has VPD policy, and EPAS also support the Postgres RLS policy for this virtual database concept and encryption. That's a very general thing. One more thing, that's a data redaction, which will limit the sensitivity data exposure by dynamically changing the data as it display for specific user. If user one will see some kind of data, but other user can see other data depending on what right they have. This feature is introduced in EPAS v11. It's a EPAS feature. But if you want to try a little bit something matching with data redaction, you can try using this block, as it uses search path and some function and views. So you can some kind of data redaction you can implement, but the native data redaction is more robust, more performant compared to this search path settings, and it's easy to implement. Let's see what is a EDB data redaction. Okay, this is a diagram where we have the some data, and you need to create some policy on that data. The policy will decide who is going to be see that data. When you are the privileged user, you see some kind of original data, and if other than that, you might have seen some changed data. To change that data, to modify data, what you can do, you need some custom logic that user can provide. That user is free to write what logic they want to display. Let's see how it's work. Here we have some small sample data, that employee table. It has a name and social security number, SSN, and we have created some policy, and we have some custom masking logic as well. When privileged user, which could be the admin, owner of that table, can see the whole data as it is, but any other user who will only see some redacted data as a partial data. For example, in SSN we have written some custom logic where first 5 digit of that SSN is replaced by character X, and that called the data redaction. Okay, so let's see how how EPAS provide that feature. EPAS has four important things. First is policy. EPAS do allow you create a more than one policy on a table, uh, but any column can be associated only with one policy at a time. You cannot add one column to different policy. That's not possible. You will get the error for that. The main important thing is the redaction function. That's a custom logic that you need to write how you want to show the data. Previously we just hide first five character. If you want to hide six character, you can hide it. You want to hide all, you can do that as well. Scope and exception option, it's provide the flexibility to choose when actual redaction should be applied on that column when it appear in the query. The column could be appear anywhere in the query. For example, in select query, it could be had the select target list, select column A, B, C, right? From list, then where clause, where we have the filter condition, we can also provide the column there as well, and some comparison value. So it provide the option, should we apply this redaction in where clause as well. This scope and exception decide this. Sometimes user want you do not apply this redaction in a where clause, but sometimes user want very strict policy. They want no, I want to apply, I don't want to allow user to that filter condition. It not uh, they don't want it. And the policy expression is a context expression which decide policy completely apply or not, should policy apply or not. When this expression evaluate true, policy will be applied, otherwise that policy is not going to be applied. We will see how that will work. Okay, here is a syntax of create and create policy and alter policy. In EPAS PSQL, you will see the for backward slash h, the help option. You can just type create redaction and you'll see the whole syntax as well. Syntax is like that: create redaction policy, then you need to give the any policy name. On table, the table name. For is a optional, that redaction policy expression we'll see in detail later. And then you need to specify list of the column on which you want to add a redaction policy. You say add, then column name, using the redaction function that you need to write with option that scope and exception. uh, those are things here. Alter policy, uh, uh, I haven't included all alter policy syntax here. uh, uh, so what you could do with alter policy, then you need to specify name and table, and rest of it will be the different thing. You could rename the policy, you enable or disable policy. Sometimes you won't disable the policy, you might taking dump or anything else. Change the policy expression, that for clause you want to change or update it, so you can do that using this alter command. You can add more column, remove the existing column from that policy, and you also can change redaction function. You want to change something. Previously we just hide the first five character, you can hide six character. After that, if you want to update new function, you can do that. And the redaction option alteration is also allowed. Okay, here is again we'll see the previous example. I'm creating a redaction policy on this employee table. So I'll write create redaction policy. My policy name is emp underscore protect, then table name, I'll say add column ssn. We're just going to add policy on ssn column only, and using the redact underscore ssn function that I have customly written. So we'll see that soon. When you describe the table, you at the footer you'll say that complete information of that policy. That's a nice feature. You'll get to know is there any policy, do I need to create, do I need to improve. Here we'll say redaction policy, then policy name, policy enable. By default it will be the enable, and then the list of the column. Currently we just added the one column in the redaction policy, you see one, otherwise it will be the list goes as much as you can add the column in that redaction policies. Let's see the redaction functions. Here we previously seen that my employee table, here is the redaction function. Note that return type of redaction function should be exactly same as the column type, otherwise the application could fail. They might be expecting 11 character, or you are retaining more than 11, then it could be to fail badly. So that we have added that restriction. The return type should be exactly same as the column So it will be transparently redact the data without knowing that user, non-privileged user. So this is my demo function where I have just replaced the first digit, that is 6 character, including the separated hyphen from starting position 1. So and only I'm showing the last 4 digit. So that's quite simple redaction function. You can write complex as you want it. There's a no restriction at all. Okay, so here is a previously seen table description. I highlighted the scope and exception. Uh, that by definition scope is identify the query part where the redaction to be applied for the column. By default is query. For the native redaction syntax, keep remember that scope is query right now. We'll see surprise later. uh, Currently it's by default query, so that wherever it appear the column will get redacted. Second is top underscore t list. This redaction is only apply when that column appears in select target list. Select A, B, C, that column. If there is a column appearing in that list, their redaction will be applied. But if will appear in where clause, the redaction will not be applied. So that's top T list. And the last option, that's I think very nice option, that top T list or error. If you try to use that column other than the select target list, you will get error. So that's a option, and that error will be get logged, so admin can see that is somebody has tried something wrong things. And exception are the thing that provides some relaxation on that restriction. For example, if you have scope query, but if you want some relaxation where I want to use equal condition, and that value should not be redacted to passing to the equal expression, that can be provided. Also the leak-proof function. The characteristic of leak-proof function is that we assume that it don't have it doesn't it doesn't leak any information of uh, input parameter. It just return a data, so that admin usually write it and it say that leak-proof. Then that function also receive the non-redacted data. It can do anything according to their internal logic and provide the output. Policy expression that we uh, like I said, here is we have already created policy on AMP table. So I'll alter that AMP table and add the policy. The syntax will be the alter redaction policy. You need to specify the policy name on and then table name. These are mandatory to alter any policy, and then you just write your function. Here I write for session user is not equal to privileged user. That's mean when that expression evaluates true, then that policy will be applied. When I am Amul, I am logging into that database, that equation, that expression is not going to be false, right? It's true. I'm not a privileged user, so the policy will be applied, and I will see the redacted data. Okay, that's we did the alter. But if you want to at a create time, you don't want to after the alter, you have decided that I need a that policy expression, and you can add it the same way before the column information that we added previously. And after that you'll see that table description also show that information after the policy name. You that clearly you can see is the policy expression exist or not. So that's not all for native syntax. Let's see what is the Oracle compatibility provision in EPAS. uh, you need to EPAS provide DBMS redact package, which is a Oracle compatibility package, and that package provide Oracle like procedure to add, alter, enable, disable, drop the policies. So the user who are familiar with Oracle, it will not having any hassle to use it. Redaction function like Oracle, it provide various function type, means methodologies and support function. Those function are already redefined. You can directly use it, but you just need to specify the correct procedure argument to use that functionality. So redaction function you don't need to be created, it's already created, you can use it. The scope and exception is a EPAS native thing that don't have any provision in a DBMS redact package, but you can use a native alter syntax to alter scope and exception if you want it. And then policy expression is same as the previously we have seen. If it's evaluate to true, then you will get that policy will get applied to the on that table. Okay, here the create policy syntax. it has a, this is a procedure, add underscore policy in DBMS Redact package. It has a bunch of argument. This is not all the argument list. It has more than that. You can see it in document. That link is added at the end of the slide. Let's see that argument one by one. The first part is giving the information of the table. My table schema is public. The table name, it usually say the object underscore name. That's a table. That's an employee that previously we've seen. The policy name is employee protect, and the policy description is whatever you want to add it. You also can add a description on a column as well. I have skipped it. You can do that as well, and then the column name. Okay, so next important part is that this is a very important part. You need to be carefully decide what you want to do it. So function type, that's dbms redux dot partial. I say that there are bunch of method in a dbms redact package where you decide what will be the my behavior of redaction. We will see what type it exists in, and the function underscore parameter is mandatory for that partial type. They depend on the function types. You need to be specify other parameter as well. So this function underscore parameter is needed for partial type. Let's see what are function types are in DBMS Redact package. Here the list. Oracle provide 5. EPAS has a 6. That's a custom thing that's extra added to user if they want use their own redaction function, their own redaction logic. By some reason they think that internal or predefined function are sometimes too generic, they are slower, or they want to little bit much better, they can use the custom thing. That's EPAS extension. And other than the DBMS Redact package that Oracle provide, it has a none redaction type, where the no redaction is applied. You just add the column, but redaction not going to be applied at all. The full redaction is that the whatever will be the column value, the predefined default value will be returned to user. uh, uh, you might will have the question, what will be the predefined values currently for numeric data type, that integer, you'll always see the 0 for that. But if you want to change some other number, you can change it. The DBMS Redact package also provide a provision for that, where you could simply update that default values. So that's option also available. I am not going to highlight that part. I have added the document link. You can see that it's not very hard. It is just a procedure. You just update it. The next is partial type. Partial is, I think, much more famous thing, or it's usually we do use it. Partial redaction, where some of the data is redacted and some are shown, that we seen in the previous example. We just showing the last 4 digits, but rest of will be the hidden from that. And for that, you also need to pass the function underscore parameter that need to be set. That parameter indicate internal logic, what will be the my data format. In SSN, their format will something like we have 4 digit, then separate, and then few digit, then separate and 4 digit, right? So that need to be specified, otherwise it not going to work properly. That's a mandatory, you need to pass this parameter as well. The random is quite simple. Every time you'll get the random value for that data type. uh, Depending on data type, you will see the random value, the redacted. And the regex type is a similar to the partial type, but where you have the freedom to specify the matching pattern, where you need to redact. So for that, you also need to set mm, 5 argument of that DBMS redact package procedure. The argument like pattern, you need to specify the pattern. Then the replacement string, where previously we seen in a partial we are replacing by the x, but you can choose anything. That also possible in a partial type. Here you also have the option use the position, that you need to specify from where that start. You start from first position of the string, or middle, or somewhere else. You can do it. How many times that matching pattern should be applied, then matching parameter that need to specify. So custom that we have already spoken. Let's see that for function parameter partial type, the redaction redact underscore us underscore ssn underscore fi. That's a predefined types where we just replacing first 5 number of ssn, that you have already seen that we have some ssn number like 123 4 5, then separator, then 4 digit, right? So I just want to replace first 5 digit by the character x. So we replace by character x, and then we show the number last 4 digit. That the next is redact NA phone number. That's North American phone number format, where we you want to show first 3 digit, that's the area code, and rest of will be replaced by 0. So this predefined constant, if we pass it, then it will happen what data is shown like 123, and then rest of digit of that phone number will be the 0. Okay, third is for a date, that date millennium, where deduct date is fixed format, that 01 Jan 2000 always will be written, whatever date you will have. Note that partial type only support character, number, and date data type. And this example I just, first is for a numeric, second is a first is a string, second is a numeric, and third is a date. There's a bunch of more, there are more than 20 constant defining DBMS redact package. You can see that, but there could be some problem. The problem is that uh, your data format could be different, and you want something else. Yeah, that's possible. For example, in India, the UID, that Aadhaar number, which has 12-digit number, the 4 digit separate, a bunch of the set of 4 digits separated by some hyphen separator. But that how you can redact that format, right? So you need to specify that format and then redact it. In Aadhaar, UID number has 4 digit, then hyphen the separator, 4 digit, then hyphen separator. That input information is needed. So how it's work it? No problem. You can use your own custom string. Let's see how the internal definition of previously seen constant, that us underscore ssn fi, how it's internally. It has a 5 part. That input format. What you will do for your Aadhaar UID number. Aadhaar is an Indian number, the Indian Social Security number, that national identifier for a person. It, for that format, you need to specify the input format. So here's a VVV. This is the matching character. F for a filler, that could be the anything separator. It could be the space that is ignored. So you need to specify that input format. Then output format, how you want to display. I want to display like first few character, then separator, then 2 character, then separator, and then you can specify any way you want it. Then the masking character, here previously we just replacing by x, so that's internal constant, where all character will be replaced by x, and starting position and end position, I'm just starting from 1 to 5, that will be replaced. Okay, for numeric thing, that North American phone number, where you have masking digit is 0, so all the digit that you want to replace will be replaced by the 0. That will be the first. Second is start position and end position. We are starting from the 4th position. We want to show the first 3 digit, and the rest of will be replaced by the 0, that you need to specify. uh, Redact date millennium. This is M1 D1 Y 2000. M is for month, D is for day, and Y is for year. You can specify anything else. If you want to redact your date values, you need to say that M and then your digit. For a day you need to other digit, and then year you can that a digit for the year you can specify. You also can replace hour, minutes, and second as well. You just need to h and then the digit, m digit, and s for digit for second replacement. Note that there's m same for month and minute as well. So this will be identify which will come first. It always assume that month will become first, so that you need to specify correctly. And the policy expression that we have seen previously, but here I just given an expression that always going to be valid to true. So that's keep it simple. Okay, let's see the alter policy. That's also important part of the DBMS redact package. But it also has, but for that to work it correctly, you need to specify argument of alter policy, that action and its value. For example, to add a column to existing policy, you need to say action and then that internal cost constant, that add column. So that you can add column, and then rest of the argument will be almost similar to the previously create policy procedure. Next is modify drop. You want to modify, for some reason you want to change the uh, redact behavior, so you can modify it, drop it from the existing policy. For that you need to specify modify column option. You also allowed to be modify policy expression. For that you need to specify modify expression. You also allow to be policy, change the policy description, set it, unset it. Just say that set policy description to the action argument, and the set column description as well by specifying set column description. Here is example how the alter policy. I assume that I have one more column in employee table, that's a salary, and I want to redact it. So what I will do, I'll give the important argument information, that object schema, that table schema, that public object name, that table is employee, and policy name, that previously created policy name, that EMP protect, and action. What I want to do, I want to add more columns. So what I say, dbms redact, that's package name dot then constant name, that add column. So I want to add one more column, and then column name is the salary. Function type is a redact full. It's the simplest thing. You don't need to any other parameter like partial. We want to function parameter as well, but here you don't need it. You just say redact full. The default value is always going to be written. Here you see I select name and salary from employee table. I get name of that employee, and the salary will be 0. That's a default value in a redact type, that always going to be written 0. Okay, so we come to the demo. For a demo, a step-by-step walkthrough. For a demo, I just keep the same example, but we will have to start to end how the policy can be created on that table. So here, my table is employee in database my company. It has a 4 column like employee ID, name, social security number, and salary. That's 4 column it has. We are going to add policy on SSN salary that we have seen previously. Uh, we will show you again that how add it completely on that. Here we will have the policy expression where we exempt privileged user from the redaction policy, so that he can see uh, unredacted data, and rest of the user will always get the redacted values. Okay, so I assume that you have the enterprise DB user already, and it has a necessary right to create database. So let's start create the database. Drop database if it exists already. Create database my company with owner enterprise DB. Then connect to PSQL-D. Then specify the database name hyphen capital U, that username. Most of you already know that your login. Then you need to create a employee table with 4 column ID, name, SSN, and salary. And we are going to be add a few data, sample data that has different salary number, different SSN number, and we'll see next how to add a few more object that users. Now create a one user, that privileged user, and grant access right to on a employee table to that user. Next user is non-privileged user. Uh, also grant all rights to that user to access that table. Now create the policy. Here is the same policy add procedure example we seen the previously, but I have you have changed it function parameter, that custom thing. Since my input format is SSN, this format is something like 3 digit, then the separator 2 digits, then separator, and then 4 digit. So I specify that my format input format, and then output how I want it. I want 3 digit, then separator, that's a hyphen. The hyphen specifically you said you can change it anything, you can skip this as well. And here I want to mask digit, mask character will be the hash. Previously it was X. Here I'm just showing for a demonstration that we are going to take hash, and then starting position and end position. We as we decide that we want to example, that privileged user can see the unredirected data. So you need to also add this expression, and by default policy we need to make it enable. Okay, at the next column, that you can only do using the alter policy procedure call. You specify first table name, schema, table name, the exact policy name that we have previously created, then the action that we add a column, uh, column name is salary, then the function type is full redaction. Okay, so note that by default table owner and super user can see the unredacted data, but we also allow privileged user can see the unredacted data using the policy expression, right? So if you log in using in a via privileged user rights, that I use shortcut that /c hyphen means current database, and then username privileged user. So I connect to my company database. When I fire a query, select star from employee, I see the whole data. That's nothing has been changed to that data. I see the original data. But when I log in as a non-privileged user using same shortcut, that uh, /c hyphen current database non-privileged user, and when I fire the query, I'll see the SSN and salary data has been changed. It's changed by something. Salary is always showing 0 for all records. So because we have added the full redaction type, that always return default value 0 for the numeric type. So you'll always get the 0. The SSN we want to replace first by digit of that string by hash character. So here is hash, and previously example we seen that it was the X character. Okay, here is the explain plan. When privileged user log into the database and when non-privileged user log into database, see this. The explain verbose select star from employee. That's a privileged user firing the query. Uh, See, the output column will be the ID, name, SSN, salary as it is, because we are not going to apply any policy on that column, those column for the privileged user. It will get data as it is. But when you log into the non-privileged user, you'll see ID, name, we are not have any policy on that. That's so that will be as it is. The SSN column has wrapped some function call. So we are passing that SSN to the redact underscore partial underscore str, that inbuilt function in DBMS package. I have skipped the rest of argument. That's too long to add it here. You can just run this same query and you can see that. And for a number, redact underscore full underscore number, that salary we are passing, it will return that value. Okay. Yeah, by default Oracle compatibility, if policy created using DBMS redact package, the procedure scope is top delete. Do you remember that previously we seen that scope is something different that a query? But what will the problem, right? You might ask what it make a difference. So let's see. Login using non-privileged user and fire the query like select star from employee where salary and then some number. You can randomly increase the number from 1 to 60,000, right? And you can calculate the value who got which salary. That's mean we are leaking the information here. User can do some trial error and did some good posting and can see the data. So that's the problem. How can you avoid it? Okay. Uh, as I say, there's no provision in DBMS React package since Oracle doesn't have anything like that. But you can use native syntax on that policy to change that scope and exemption. Let's see. You need to log in using the table owner, that enterprise DB that we have previously seen, and we have created database. So what the query will be the alter table alter redaction policy, then the policy name, and on table employee, then modify column. You need to say the modify column, then column name and option and the scope, right? So we alter the scope of that policy. And then now again log into the non-privileged user, the backward /c hyphen non-privileged user, then try to run again same the query. You cannot see the data because it's not possible that where clause to compare the data, because the when uh, that salary value is inputted to this expression, where clause expression, that is already redacted, so there's no way to guess what will be the salary of that employee. So that much more secure than the previous by default option in the DBMS package. See the explain plan of that those things. When we have top T list, that the by default in DBMS React package, the you see the filter condition that employee dot salary, that column value is put as it is in that expression. But when the scope is query, then you'll see that value is that function redact full number will first compute that value, that redacted value, and then pass to the that expression, and that's how it's work it. Okay, but sometimes you want to need a more, you want I want to log if somebody has tried something like that, then what you can do, you can use more strict version, that top T list or error, right? uh, let's see, you need to again, we can alter scope using native syntax. You log in using table owner, that enterprise DB, and the alter redaction policy, policy name on table, modify column salary with option. The scope will be the top T list or error. What will will happen? Let's say log into the non-privileged user. When non-privileged try to fire a query, select star from employee where salary is greater than 60,000. What it says, that error redact column is allowed only in top T list. So that column is always uh, uh, allowed in a select target list. Other than it occurs in the query, then you will get the error, and that error obviously going to be log, and you can see that somebody has tried some random thing, and you can evaluate your policy as well. Okay, so but there is some reason you might want to some exemption, that let's say my scope is top T list or error. I don't want an error when I want to use some equal condition, where I want to allow user, if they have exact value, then they allow to fire the query. It's a many requirement, like that you have e-commerce application where you have some random string for order number. You want, if that user has that exact value, and they allow that user to find his data, right? So what we will do it for this demo, we will alter the scope and exception of the SSN column. Previously we alter the salary, here we'll altering a scope and exception of SSN column. So what we will do, log into the uh, table owner, using the table owner user, that enterprise DB, then alter policy name on a table, modify column SSN, that column name with option scope and direction. You can specify all together as well, it will update as it is, uh, or one by one, it's up to you. Now we have altered the scope and exception using this query. Then now log into the non-privileged user and fire the query. I have exact SSN number with me. So what I'll do, select star from employee where SSN number is some values that I know, so I can able to find the data. Yeah, you can find it. But what if that user, that's non-privileged user, is smart and want to do some random thing? I want to find all SSN number values. It will just use the like command, the select star from employee, and then some random thing with posting. It won't able to do, because we'll get the error. The redact column is allowed only in top list. We just allow in equal condition, but not in any other expression. So like expression is not allowed here. So that's all from my demo. I'll hand over to the Violet. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Amu. Yeah, so I will quickly share with the audience who is EDB. Next slide, please. So EDB acquired Second Quadrant on the 29th of September this year. And with this acquisition, it makes us the largest dedicated Postgres SQL company. Next slide, please. Yeah, so EDB was founded in 2004, and we have a global presence in more than 10 countries around the globe with over 4,000 customers, many of whom are Fortune 500 and Forbes Global 2000 companies. We are also we are also proud to share that we are the only open source based RDBMS to be recognized by Gartner Magic Quadrant for 7 years in a row. And today, many of the original open source committers and contributors, such as Bruce Mongen, Dave Page, Robert Haas, are still with EDB and continues to be major contributors to the open source community. So this really sums up who EDB is. And without further ado, we will now move to the Q&A session. Yeah, so Amo, we have quite a number of questions. First question comes from Jai. He asks, if we are migrating from Oracle to EDB PostgreSQL using data reduction in Oracle, do we have to change reduction functions used in Oracle before migrating to EDB?
No, whatever Oracle does provide that syntax, you can use it as it is, and behavior you'll see what you see in Oracle. So it's a compatible with Oracle. So you don't need to be change anything else.
Okay, thank you. And another question, someone asked, is all these features that you showed available for use without extra license?
Oh, okay, that's I'm not the right person to ask. That you need to ask with some management.
Rushav, you want to say something on that?
If the meaning of the question is like whether this feature available on the open source Postgres, no, it doesn't. This feature is available with EPAS, and if you're buying EPAS, then you don't need any additional license for this.
Okay, thank you. One more question. Okay, I hope, is there function available where we could mask the string on alternate character?
Yes, you can. You can write your. We have different provision. You can write your custom function as well as the regex thing. I have shown the example of partial redaction type. You can use the redact the regex redaction type, right? So where you need to specify your pattern matching pattern and the occurrence. So you can do that as well.
Thank you, Amo. Another question is, redaction is for data selection or for store both? For selection, can it differ from row to row?
No, it will be the same for all the rows.
Okay, and then another question is, can the policy function accept a set or collection of values?
I'm not sure I understood the question. You mean that column is collection and you want to redact it?
Okay,
That
this is...
maybe the redaction function that you can write, you can provide the input. What it will be the if it is some composite type, your function need to understand that data type, and if you can do anything with that. So no problem. I think you can do it. I assume that you're asking the question that you have some composite type, some collection type, and you want to redact that data. Yeah, yes, you can do it, but that your redaction function need to capable to process that value.
Okay, then thank you. Another question is there a way to assess the performance of reduction in production? Is there
Yeah,
a way? Yeah.
yeah, there could be some little performance impact because you are executing some extra function to redact the data. Uh, in the same way that we usually do the performance testing, you don't need to be anything extra. You do the as usual you do it. You just need to be on a query on a table which doesn't have a redaction policy and compare it with the query on a table which has which has the redaction policy. So in the same way, you don't need to some extra testing steps for that.
Okay, thank you. Amu, there's someone also asked, super users can be restricted with data reduction policies?
No, by default, super user and table owner are not restricted to those user can see unredacted data.
Okay, and then someone also asked, what performance overhead is expected?
We don't have a number, but there is a very little depend on the what redaction function you have, what the redaction logic you have. For in my demo, I shown very simple example, but there could be possible that you're doing some complex random string calculation or anything else that could possible, but it's up to all that redaction function execution time. That's all on that redaction function.
Okay, cool. Amu, there's also this question on what happens when I try to dump data from the table having a reduction policy?
This is a nice question actually. What it will happen, uh, we have switch for PG dump where you need to enable that switch. By default, it is enabled. When you are the table owner or super user, you can dump the data. But if you user other than that, then you will see the error. You are not going to be get the data because sometimes it's possible that user can dump the data and he after a few days you see that, oh, data is completely redacted. That's not going to happen. You'll see the error. But if you still want to dump that data, you can set that switch and you dump the data that you provided the consent that I am getting the data that already changed. So we have provision for that in DB PG dump utility.
Okay, thank you. Okay, maybe we just have time for one last question. And this is, are native syntax allowed to be used on the predefined function from DBMS Redux packages?
Yes, you can use the native syntax.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, we have a poll question. I think before we before we end, could the audience just help answer these poll questions? I shall launch the poll question now. You can click the answer on the screen. So the question is: are you using data reduction in your production? Okay, let me read out the answers. Okay, so we are asking whether anyone here are using data reduction in their production, and the majority 40, or rather the majority 45% say no, but they are planning to do so. And then the rest, another 40% say no, they're not using data reduction, and only a very small percent, 15%, say they're using data reduction. 10% of whom are using EDB reduction, and 5% using reduction from other solutions. So with this, we come to the end of this webinar. We thank you very much for your time. And please remember that we will share these slides and the recording with you. And we really hope that you enjoy these questions. This session. There will be more coming up in the next 2 months before we close 2020. So once again, thank you all for attending, and we wish you a great day ahead. Goodbye and take care. Thank you, Amu, for the presentation. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.